Nathan Leopold grew up in Chicago, Illinois. He came from a wealthy family. His father had made millions manufacturing boxes. By 1924, Nathan had graduated from college and was a law student at the University of Chicago. He engaged in many hobbies and interests, including birding, which he pursued with a passion. At home, he read books on philosophy. Leopold admired his close friend, Richard Loeb. Loeb, like Leopold, was extremely intelligent. Like Leopold, he also came from a wealthy family. Loeb did not read books on philosophy. He loved detective stories, reading every one he could find. Loeb also tried committing minor crimes, stealing bottles of liquor from a relative, and a Liberty Bond from his brother's desk. But minor crimes were not enough. What he really wanted was to commit the perfect crime. Loeb managed to persuade his friend Leopold to help him create and carry out such a plan. After at least 2 months of planning, Loeb and Leopold decided to put the plan to action. They got into a car and cruised a street near the Harvard School, where wealthy parents send their children. Leopold and Loeb pulled over to the curb and persuaded Bobby Franks, a 14-year-old student, to climb into the car. The two men poured hydrochloric acid on Bobby Franks. In an attempt to try to hide the body, they stuffed it into a drain pipe. The next day, the Franks family received a ransom note stating that if they put $10,000 into a cigar box and delivered it as instructed, Bobby would be safely returned in 6 hours. But that didn't happen, because the perfect crime had gone wrong. A day after the murder, a workman walking near Wolf Lake saw 2 feet sticking out of a drain pipe close to the railroad tracks. He yelled for help, and another group of workmen joined him. Together they pulled out the body of Bobby Franks and called the police. One of the workers noticed a pair of glasses nearby. The worker pointed them out to the police officer. With Bobby's death known, the plot to collect ransom collapsed. But for 8 days, the identity of the killers was unknown. Then suddenly, the police located the company that had sold the eyeglasses found near the crime site. The company had kept careful records, and after searching 54,000 records in the company's files, the police discovered that the glasses had been sold in November 1923 to a person named Nathan Leopold. The police went to Leopold's house to question him. He acknowledged that the glasses belonged to him. He told the police that he often walked near Wolf Lake to do birdwatching, and the glasses had probably fallen out of his breast pocket when he stumbled. The police questioned Leopold about where he had been on the day of the murder. At first, he said he could not remember, but then began to tell a story of hanging out with his friend Richard Loeb. The police picked up Loeb and began questioning him in a different room. The two boys were telling different stories, but after more than 12 hours of questioning, both confessed to having together organized the murder. Their stories had one major difference. Each said that the other had actually killed Bobby Franks.